Namaskar. I wish to share my insights on 3 steps for meditation. The first step of the foundation, the second step of pratyahar, that is to say, coming back to the self, and third step of dharana, concentration. Today, I will begin with a Jain story for the first step, the foundation for meditation. Two young friends happened to be interested in Jain learning. They approached a Jain master Rinjai to get initiated into meditation. Rinjai desired to have a small taste and gave a bird to each of them. Rinjai told to them, "Friends, mind well, your initiation to meditation will depend on if you could kill this bird without letting it know to anybody." Remember, without letting it know to anybody. Both friends took separate paths with their respective birds. The first friend got to an unknown street, chose darkness, and thought he was not under the watch of anybody. So he could kill the bird and reported back to Rinjai very next day. Rinjai said to him, "You may wait till your friend come back." Then a few days went by, a week went by, but his friend did not return. By the end of third week, the other friend returned with the bird alive and an apology that he cannot fulfill the test. He explained further, "I went to farms and forest to make sure nobody watches me, but the bird was watching me. I waited for dark nights to make sure the bird could not watch me. But then, at least I was watching what I was going to do. Then I realized it is just impossible to kill this bird without letting to know anybody. So I have returned with an apology and a prayer to exempt me from such a test, and I will be indebted if you could initiate me to meditation without your test." Rinjai said to the second friend, "You got your conscience alert and awake, so you may proceed to meditation hall, as you are already initiated." Then Rinjai told to the first friend, "You are yet to have conscience, and without alert and awake conscience, you cannot be initiated into meditation. You may have heard about Ashtanga Marg, an eightfold path in Yoga Sutra, as proposed by Patanjali Rishi. The initial 2 limbs of the same are for Yams and Niyams, that is to say, self-discipline and virtuous practices. In my considered view, all Yams, self-discipline, are to have our conscience alert and awake. They are with reference to others, the society around us, and to get that environment conducive to meditation. The Niyams, virtuous practice, are for us, for our inner environment conducive to meditation. It is for our resolve to be into meditation, to orient and advance us into meditation and towards samadhi. We know that ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, or parigraha yamaha, that is to say, yams consist of non-violence, truthfulness, non-stealing, continence, and non-greed. These yams are of immense importance for all seekers because by following the same, we are in conducive condition of body, mind, and emotions for an easy access to meditative space and into meditation. By not following these, self-discipline with violence, revenge, hatred, untruth, lies, deceit, indulgence, incest, vices, stealing, and greed in our heart, we cannot get rid of their repercussions, negative thoughts and emotions, and unless and until we get rid of negative thoughts and emotions, we cannot be in meditative space. We know well the negative thoughts and emotions have deeper roots than positive thoughts and emotions. So, by observing self discipline, first we get rid of negative thoughts and emotions, making it easier for us to observe our thoughts and emotions. And pursuing the observation of our thoughts and emotions, we enter in the space where thoughts and emotions are left far behind. That ability to observe our thoughtless awareness, our sky of consciousness without any clouds of thoughts, is meditation. We know that Shoj, Santosh, Tapah, Swadhyaya Ishwar Pranidhanani Niyamaha. That is to say, Niyams, the virtuous practice, consist of purity, contentment, austerity, self-study, and surrender to God. In a way, the Niyams, the virtuous practices, are for our resolve of being seeker to have our inner environment conducive to meditative space and to orient and advance oneself into meditation and towards samadhi. In the very process of purity, the cleanliness of body, mind, and speech, seeker gains the basic tools for meditation. Refreshed, energetic, and sensitive body, cheerful and perceptive mind, positivity of emotions, mindfulness of the senses. Then austerity is of prime importance. Austerity means coming down to your needs. Needs are natural: food, shelter, love. Be austere, live with needs, and forget desires. They are the fantasies of the mind, only to disturb you and hold back from contentment. A seeker with austerity has surplus energy. Sitting silently, the energy moves to the subtle layers, and you can have self-study. Self-study is what Guruji says self-remembering, and what Buddha says right mindfulness, or what Jesus says becoming alert, and what Krishnamurti says be aware. Now even subtle nuances of your thoughts and emotions, feelings, you can watch. Whenever you watch, you as an ego are no longer watching. Austerity, contentment, self-study, surrender to God are interrelated. Austerity makes sure contentment leads to self-study. Self-study leads to egolessness. The whole energy has become awareness, and no energy is left for the ego. Then surrender to God happens. Surrender to God is the state of non-ego within you. Surrender is a realization when you are aware. We know that in Yoga Sutra 46 of part 2, Rishi Patanjali says, Sthir Sukham Asanam. That is to say, the posture or sitting which could be steady, stable, without interruptions, and in which seeker could sit comfortably, pleasantly, at ease, is the right posture. The steadiness of body and comfort of the seeker are the key points. There are several asanas, postures practiced by seeker for meditation, such as Sukhasana, cross-leg posture, Padmasana, lotus posture, Bhadrasana, cross-leg postures with resting hands on knees, Siddhasana, the posture of ascetics, Sinhasana, the lion's posture, Vajrasana, the posture on bent knees, and so on. Seekers not feeling comfortable with any of the aforesaid postures can equally use chair or bench of their choice, or may take support of wall or pillar. Since the meditation techniques use one or other breathing exercise, seeker need to ensure straight back. So in nutshell, any posture with straight back, comfortable for sitting without an interruption, is suitable posture for seeker, and such posture would be the most productive and helpful in entering meditation. When we sit in our comfortable posture steadily for a longer period, it helps us not only to attain the steadiness of the body, but it also helps us to get our mind steady, cool, and composed. And in consequence, it leads us into meditative space. If the body is still, rest assured, the mind will be still. All yogis who attained asana siddhis, steadiness of posture, says you need not chant, pray, or even repeat a mantra. Just sit still continuously for 3 hours and you would accomplish dhyan meditation. This is the basis of Jajin meditation. When we achieve stability in any asana, posture, we can easily practice pranayama. Pranayama means flowing in the dimension of prana to become one with the dimension of living energy, the elan vital. Pranayama can be done in many ways. However, Anulom Vilom Pranayama can be performed by any seeker. Anulom Vilom Pranayama is also known as Nadi Shodhan Pranayama or Nadi Bhedan Pranayama because it harmonizes both our nadis, Ida and Pingla, and activates the Sushumna Nadi. Apart from these, there are other pranayams like Brahmari, exhaling like the humming of the bee, Vastrika, complete breathing with empty stomach, Kapalbhati, breathing that refreshes the skull, Ujjayi, breathing with the sound of sea waves, Sitkari and Shitali, breathing with a hissing sound. Each pranayama has its own benefits and each one purifies the mind and seeker moves towards pratyahara. Initially, when we sit for meditation, we come across our repressed thoughts and emotions, our unexpressed anxiety and agonies. For novice seeker or new beginner, sitting for meditation seems like a Himalayan task. It is difficult to work with these emotions directly, so it would be better to work indirectly. Running could help. Anger, fear, and other emotions will evaporate with running. Small cathartic exercise and cathartic meditations would be of profound help to enter into meditation. We can even resort to catharsis-centric meditations for a couple of weeks as therapy, such as pillow beating. Once anger and greed, anxiety and fear, all the junk emotions are out, then you can easily move into meditation, into your passivity, into your effortless awareness. The first four limbs of Ashtanga Marg, Eightfold Path of Patanjali, are considered by me as the foundation for meditation. These four leaves, yams and niyams, asanas and pranayama, are bahiranga sadhana, outer preparation, or we can say peripheral preparation. With the passage of time, particularly from medieval ages to the modern era, the importance of cathartic exercise and cathartic meditations got adopted into our religious and devotional practices to facilitate meditative space and an easy access into meditation. It is like demarking, fencing, leveling, burrowing, cultivating, composting the land, and waiting for the spring weather for putting up a garden so that seedling and planting of sapling can take place. It is getting ready, body, mind, and heart for eternal quest of seeker. Whatever asanas and pranayams you may feel comfortable with, whatever cathartic meditations and cathartic exercise you may prefer, suitable for your body, mind, and feeling, once you know the same with dedication, along with following yams and niyams, the first step of meditation is as good as achieved, and you could take the second step for meditation, pratyahar, which would be discussed in the next video. Thank you so much for listening.